Right, so as we said, in terms of your setup, there was grip position was creeping under it with that right hand. Club face, when you set it down on the ground, was sort of slightly toe in a little bit, so those grooves on the club we suggested, when the club is sort of aiming square to target, the grooves now be aiming to the middle part of your feet. If the grooves aim to the right of your feet, or right foot, that means the club face now is aiming left to target. Added to that, if you had the shaft a little bit further forward, in theory, if it is a golf club, if that's straight up and square, if I lean the club face forward, now the club face effectively points to the right. What you were doing was doing this with it, so when you come back to here, it's now closed again. So the club face being closed at setup, slightly, leaning forward more than we need to, and being square, so that's even more so closed, and then you're gripping a bit underneath, gripping it kind of up here somewhere rather than in the fingers, where if I said to you hold your golf bag and carry your bag to the shop, you'd probably just grip it down there naturally. You wouldn't hold your bag in the palm there, okay? So getting that grip there, yes, it feels a little bit strange, I get that. If you can work on that, it's going to start becoming more and more natural after. I mean, even probably now, it's starting to be a little bit more closer to comfortable rather than the first time. But in terms of the thing, as we go back, you can see here now, toes a bit down there more than we want, not too bad. But as we get to about here now, that club face, as we can see, I go to the top of the backswing there. There we go. We're looking for the leading edge to be in line with your forearm, and you can see how close that's almost 90 degrees shut. So you're going to do a heck of a lot of holding that club face through impact to try and keep the club face square. And if you do a really good release of the club, when you did the good release and you struck it properly, it was a big hook. Then you try to stop it going to the left. If your ball flies this sort of red line here and doing this, you're going to go, well, that's not a very good shot because it's ending up over here somewhere. I want to try and swing it now over here. And then on occasions you've got to get okay, so there'd be a reasonable shot and it'd probably end up something like this, sort of starting a bit right, aiming a little bit left, or finishing a bit left. And then if it kept going for the left, the more right you swung, the more the club bottoms out early, hit the ground behind the ball, we just duff it. Okay? Ideally speaking, you want the club to be travelling through the impact area, kind of a gentle curve through here, not trying to stop a ball go way left by swinging way out to the right there, yeah? Okay, so if we were just on the way back now as you take the club away, okay? Top of the backswing there, now you can see, frame again back there. Top of the backswing there, you can see the leading edge of your golf club is kind of there, and there's your left arm. So we're getting towards where we want it to be, okay? Now, I don't want your left wrist to twist anymore, so for me, your club is either moved in your hands or it's got a little bit too strong in the grip initially, okay? I would say, ideally speaking, that would be kind of an acceptable amount. Obviously, in an ideal world, you'd be somewhere like this. I'll show you some images of sort of tall players. There are guys who have got really strong grips, but they make a sort of a characteristic to their golf, to just keep the club face square, and they're in thousands of balls. For me, from sort of a club golfer's point of view, the square of the club stays throughout the swing, the easier the game of golf is going to be. If that club's sort of doing this and this and changing all the time, makes it very tough, okay? So that's what we're looking to try and achieve, okay? For your point of view, I'll give you the benefit, you can go somewhere sort of towards there. But compared to where you were up here, I mean, that club face, we go in there and in there, yeah. Your leading edge, I guess you see the toe of the club's a lot lower than the shaft there. Okay, and that toe there is down a bit more, whereas this one here, now the toe is kind of up that way slightly, okay? So just getting that club just turned down a little bit, doesn't need to be a lot, okay? Okay, but you get the sensation that club face now is right, so when you come back to the golf ball now, you can return the club back coming. See how the club's coming a bit on the inside, the club's coming from behind you here. At this point, it's just you trying to swing out to the right there. Club coming in quite a bit acutely in from the, that's what the club path is at the moment there now. And back to the ball, so that's why it starts a little bit out to the right. Now in this shot, it started to the right, and it just went straight right. Now, hopefully, my kind of goal with this is obviously for you to start hit some shots down the range. And I said, when you're down the range next time, as before, film some swings and send them through to me if you want to. When you're down the range, I want to see if you hit 50 balls, okay? I want to see maybe at least 30, 35, maybe 40 go right at the target with a reasonable confidence. No point just topping them to the right target or aiming 50 yards, right? Aiming square to target as you would normally expect. So aiming kind of here towards the white line, but most of your shots have to just start going over there with a good contact. That will then tell me and then tell yourself the club face now is in a square position and the ball is just following the path in which you're swinging on. And then in time, you're starting, around a second, I want to start going more towards target. You may inadvertently just start changing that path yourself, because this kind of what we call in-to-out path that you've created has come from this club face. Yeah, you can't play golf swinging the club square to target with the club face 15, 20, 30 degrees closed. You're just going to go exit left. You've got to swing out to the right. Okay, that is a kind of a fail-safe, but not the way to cure the shot. Yeah. you've kind of worked out an okay way, it's a bit of a hooky one. It's all right. You sort of hold the club face. You see your left arm trying to hold the face quite a lot to try and stop it, and a lot of energy and tension in your arm to try and please go right. In an ideal, I want that swing to be a bit more kind of free flowing, and you thinking, right, there's my target. I'm going to swing here to here with the club face, and the ball's going to go there. Not, there's my target. Well, the club face is aiming over there. I better swing over there somewhere and hope the two sort of marry together, and I get that, which it can do. You've proved it yourself when you play golf. You've done that a few times. But as I said, if there's some trouble over here, are you going to want to hit the ball that far to the right, maybe over trees or over water or over a bunker or over a ravine somewhere, hoping it may come back? Okay,
yep.
That kind of makes sense. Those sort of 3 or 4 things. I know there's a lot to think about, but most of the things really are sort of static changes. And in terms of the grip, make sure we hold the club, that leading edge is straight up in the air when we're holding it, and just maybe at home with the club, just sort of start gripping the club now, cross the fingers here now. So when I hold the club here now, this thumb's going to sit on top. If I hold it kind of around here or interlock it there and then do this, my thumb now is visible and these fingers get quite long, and then to try and turn my thumb over, and then that just feels like I'm straining my hand. If I just open the finger and just grip it down here, there's all this space now for my thumb pad to just sit on top and keep that club face straight, okay? If I put it back here and turn it in and underneath there, when we come back to neutral normal, there's your club face impact, pointing a long way down. And to hit the ball straight there now, you've got to swing it kind of out to the right there. Okay, make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.